So the 7th circuit is 5 down, 5 to go. This weekend we're going to Vancouver in Canada, and it's basically gonna be a defying weekend. Remember last weekend's drama with the Blitsboks beating Fiji in extra time? That doesn't happen a lot in 7, so that's going to be one that Fiji will want to fight back for. The standings, New Zealand, they are still at the top, and yet another podium finish last weekend. South Africa second in the standings. They are 4 points behind New Zealand now. Fiji, they are up into third place. 2 podiums in a row now, so they are on the up. Finally, Fiji is doing what we are expecting from them in 7s. That's what we always want to see from them. France, England, Australia, and then the USA. The homeboys, the Canadians, they are down in 10th place. If we have a closer look at the pools, it is South Africa, England, Argentina, and Japan in Pool A. Japan, they are back this weekend. Again, there will be quarterfinals this weekend around. So the 2 teams at the top of the pool can be excited to go further in the tournament. It's not the new type of conference proceedings, the new type of way how they determine the knockouts. We have the quarterfinals. That's the good way of doing it. So thanks for that. South Africa, they are obvious favorites in the pool. England, they've been messing up a little bit. South Africa, they've had 4 out of 5 podiums so far. They were number 1 last weekend. They did draw against Ireland, though, in that first game. And as a South African, I thought, yeah, this weekend is not going to go well with these youngsters. But they did improve, and there's still room to improve for all the youngsters in this team. England, they are 5th overall in the standings. Their winning record, though, just under 50%, 12 out of 25. Last weekend, they lost to Spain, Ireland, and the USA. Spain was the biggest shock to me. I did not expect that one. I did not call that one, so it messed up my predictions. Well, a little bit. I still called New Zealand, Fiji, and South Africa to be in the podium position. I just messed up a little bit how it would end up. Argentina, they are in 8th position in the standings so far. Last week I said they haven't had a weekend where they finished with less than 10 points a round. Well, this week they did. They had got 8 points in LA. The Argentinians have won 13 out of their 22 games. And it's actually a team that's safe to predict with, because they usually lose to the teams that you would expect, the teams higher ranked than them. With Japan, they are back as the invitational side this weekend. South Korea aren't in the mix this weekend. The predictions, I think it will end up just like the pool is stated there. South Africa first, England second, Argentina, and then Japan. Pool B features Fiji, France, Canada, and Wales. And this pool has the overall number 3 and overall number 4 in the same pool. After Fiji overtook France last weekend, it's going to be a massive battle between them. It's going to be interesting between these two. Fiji, they looked for all money to win last weekend to get gold there. But South Africa snuck back in the second half, just securing an extra time, and then got the win. But in all the other games, the Fijians, they did dominate. They do look like they're going to win some more. All the games last weekend, they won by 20s and 50s. Except for France, they just beat them by 5. So France is kind of their Achilles heel at the moment, or the team that kind of really knows how to get them. France, they've been in tough pools in the last 2 weekends, so not too best of finishes the last 2 weekends. But remember their bronze place they got in Cape Town, their silver spot that they got in Hamilton. So they look dangerous there. They still can do it, and they can surprise again this weekend. Canada, they are at home. If there's any place to surprise or any place to perform well, it is this place. It is in Vancouver. They haven't been the best year, far from the best that we have seen the Canadians in the past. But they have beaten this year so far the USA and the Australians. So that's the 2 teams, the 2 biggest upsets that they have caused. Wales have only won 3 out of 21 games so far. They are basically the last place non-invitational side. The only wins they have so far is over Japan, Kenya, and Spain, so not big wins either. So my prediction for this pool, also the same as the pool stands: Fiji, France, Canada, and Wales. Pool C, New Zealand, Ireland, Spain, and Kenya. this pool looks quite strange because there's a lot of low-ranked sides in this team, in this pool, with Ireland, Spain, and Kenya. New Zealand, they are clear favorites in this one to win. They slipped out up against South Africa in Los Angeles, got third place though. The other two losses that they have gotten in the circuit so far, in the whole circuit so far, is against Fiji in Sydney and South Africa in Dubai. So their record so far, 24 wins from 27 games. The team that they usually lose to is a team that at the end of the day snatches the tournament and wins it. Ireland, they are kind of on the up. They will aim for a quarterfinals finish again with that 2 spots at the top, going through to the quarterfinals in this pool. Last week they did beat England. That was a massive shocker to me. But talking about teams that beat England, that was a shocker. Spain, they are also in this pool. They are ranked overall number 14 at the moment, and they are probably not favorites in this one. But hey, they could surprise again. Kenya, they were horrible in Sydney and LA. They looked promising a little bit earlier on, then still not at their best. Kenya can do a lot better. But they did beat Ireland last week, so hey, they have them again this week, so they could fancy themselves. They might feel they can do it again. My prediction for this pool, though, is New Zealand, Ireland, Kenya, and Spain. Pool D is Australia, USA, Samoa, and Scotland. If that gives you a little bit of deja vu, it is because this is basically the same pool as last weekend's Pool C. That does not happen a lot at all. This pool may cause a few upsets and shift everyone's predictions around, so just keep an eye out for that if you do play Superbru, which is down in the links below. Australia and USA, they are neck and neck. In the standings, they are 6th and 7th, and then Scotland and Samoa also very close at 12th and 13th. Australia, they won 1 bronze medal so far in Hamilton, and last weekend they really performed well, beating the USA, Samoa, and Scotland, so basically everyone in this pool. USA, they also have 1 bronze so far, that was in Sydney, and they will want to get back to beating Australia this weekend around. South Africa was also a problem for them in last weekend's games again in LA. Samoa, they beat Scotland in LA, so Scotland, they did nothing last weekend. They won nothing, and they will want to change that. I think they probably will. My predictions for this pool is USA, Australia, Scotland, and then Samoa. So then we get to the knockouts of this tournament in Vancouver. The quarterfinals, the 2 bests of each pool goes through to that. For me, the first one, South Africa, will be too strong. New Zealand will probably beat France, and the last one, Fiji, will probably beat Ireland quite convincingly. So the semi-finals will be South Africa versus New Zealand again. This time around, I think New Zealand will beat South Africa in the semi-finals. Hey, I've said it before and I've been wrong. But I don't think they'll lose in a semi-final twice against South Africa. They will want revenge. As for Fiji, they are the superior team at the moment. I think they'll beat them there. So again, my prediction for the final is New Zealand versus Fiji. That's my final prediction. Unless the Blitsboks come to ruin the party or spoil the party for the other guys. They really can, those young guys. But in recent form, I think Fiji is supposed to win this one. That's what I think. Let me know your prediction for this weekend. Who do you think is going to win? Or at least who do you think is going to top each pool? Also, check out any of these other videos popping up next to me. If you do like the channel, remember to subscribe. And then I'll see you for the next one. Cheers.